Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cozy English Stories. Today, we have a very special story for you. It's about something that can truly change your life, the morning routines of successful people. Have you ever wondered what makes some people so productive and energetic? Often, the secret starts the moment they wake up. So, find a comfortable spot, grab a warm drink, and let's dive into the world of morning rituals that build success. Our story today follows a young woman named Clara. Clara was an aspiring writer, full of ideas and dreams. However, she often felt overwhelmed and unproductive. Her mornings were a rush. The sound of her alarm was a signal for chaos to begin. She would hit the snooze button multiple times, then scroll through her phone and finally rush to get ready, often skipping breakfast. By the time she sat down to write, her mind was already cluttered and stressed. She felt like she was always falling behind, never quite catching up to her own ambitions. She knew something had to change, but she didn't know where to start. One evening, while reading a book about successful entrepreneurs and artists, Clara noticed a common theme. Almost all of them had a specific morning routine. It wasn't about waking up at 4 in the morning, but about being intentional with the first hour of their day. Intrigued, Clara decided to do an experiment. For 1 week, she would try to create her own morning routine. She wasn't aiming for perfection, just for progress. She wrote down a simple plan on a piece of paper and stuck it on her wall. The next morning, the alarm went off. Clara's first instinct was to hit snooze, but then she remembered her plan. She took a deep breath, turned off the alarm, and sat up. The first step on her list was simple: drink a glass of water. As she drank, she felt a small sense of accomplishment. It was a tiny victory, but it was a start. The next step was 5 minutes of stretching. She didn't follow a complicated yoga video. She just moved her body gently, waking up her muscles after a long night of sleep. She felt more connected to her body and less groggy. After stretching, Clara's plan said, no phone for the first hour. This was the hardest part. The urge to check notifications and emails was strong, but she resisted. Instead, she moved to the next step, journaling. She took out a simple notebook and a pen. She wrote down 3 things she was grateful for. At first, it felt a little silly. I'm grateful for my cozy blanket, she wrote. But as she continued, she found more things to appreciate. The quiet of the morning, the taste of her tea, the promise of a new day. Then she wrote down her main goal for the day. Just one. For that day, it was write 500 words of my story. This process took about 15 minutes. After journaling, she made herself a healthy breakfast. No more skipping meals. She sat at her kitchen table and ate slowly, enjoying the food. It was a big change from her usual habit of grabbing a granola bar while running out the door. The kitchen was quiet, and the morning sun was just starting to stream through the window. For the first time in a long time, Clara felt calm. She felt in control. With a clear mind and a nourished body, she finally sat down at her desk to write. The words didn't flow perfectly, but it was easier than before. There were fewer distractions pulling at her attention. She was thinking about a stressful news article she just read or an email she needed to answer. Her mind was focused on one thing, her story. By the time her first hour of work was over, she had written over 600 words. She was amazed. Clara continued her new morning routine for the rest of the week. Some days were easier than others. On Wednesday, she woke up feeling tired and almost gave up. But she remembered the feeling of accomplishment from the previous days. So she just did a shorter version of her routine. A glass of water, 1 minute of stretching, and 1 sentence in her journal. Even that small effort made a difference. It kept her momentum going. By the end of the week, Clara felt like a different person. She was more energetic, less stressed, and incredibly productive. She ran more in that 1 week than she had in the entire previous month. Her small experiment had turned into a powerful new habit. She realized that a good morning routine wasn't about adding more tasks to her day. It was about creating space. Space to breathe, space to think, and space to focus on what truly mattered to her. So, what can we learn from Clara's story? The morning routines of successful people aren't about a magic formula. They are about intention. It starts with making a conscious choice to begin your day with purpose. You don't need a complicated plan. You can start small, just like Clara did. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water. Maybe it's doing a few simple stretches. Or maybe it's writing down one thing you're grateful for. The key is to find what works for you, what makes you feel centered and prepared for the day ahead. Think about your own morning. How does it make you feel? Rushed? Stressed? If so, perhaps you could try your own one-week experiment. Design a simple routine. It could include things like meditation, light exercise, reading a few pages of a book, or planning your day. The important part is to avoid digital distractions like your phone for that first part of your morning. This allows your brain to wake up gently and focus. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Small, positive actions repeated daily lead to big results over time. Your morning is a fresh start, a blank page. How you choose to fill that first page can set the tone for your entire day. Claire discovered that by taking control of her mornings, she could take control of her life and her dreams. And you can too. It's a quiet revolution that starts with your alarm clock. This idea is supported by many real-life examples. Many CEOs, artists, and leaders credit their morning rituals for their success. Someone like Oprah Winfrey starts her day with meditation and reflection. Author Haruki Murakami goes for a long run. They understand that to give their best to the world, they first need to take care of themselves. It's about filling your own cup first, so you have something to give to others. Let's review the key elements of a powerful morning routine. First, hydrate. Your body is dehydrated after sleeping, and water is essential. Second, move. It doesn't have to be an intense workout. Gentle movement gets your blood flowing and energy levels up. Third, find stillness. This could be through meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in silence. This helps to clear your mind. And fourth, set an intention. Decide what is the most important thing you want to accomplish today. This provides focus and direction. Claire's story shows us that these simple steps can have a profound impact. She went from feeling chaotic and unproductive to feeling focused and accomplished. She learned that success isn't just about hard work. It's about smart work. And smart work begins with a smart start to your day. Her story is a reminder that we all have the power to design our days and ultimately our lives. So I invite you to think about one small change you can make to your morning routine starting tomorrow. Just one. Maybe you'll put your phone in another room. Maybe you'll stretch for 2 minutes. Whatever it is, commit to it for 1 week and see how you feel. You might be surprised by the results. The journey to achieving your goals begins with a single intentional step, taken in the quiet moments of the morning. Thank you for listening to our story today on Cozy English Stories. I hope it has inspired you. The story of Clara is a story of hope and transformation, showing that simple habits can lead to extraordinary results. What does your morning routine look like? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing from you. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a like and subscribe for more cozy content to help you learn English. Until next time, have a wonderful and intentional week. Bye for now.